Where do I start this? I hate seeing myself on video. I hate hearing my voice. So that's where I'll start. At first look, I wonder if you think I'm a man or a woman. When you hear me, I wonder what you think. And as much as I shouldn't care what you think, I do. Because we all do. We all care what people think about us. We wonder what they're thinking about what we're wearing or not wearing, what our hair looks like. And in the end, none of that matters. In the end, it's about what you think about yourself. And I'll tell you what I think about myself. I think that sometimes I think I'm a freak. And sometimes I think it's not fair. I think it's not fair that I have to go through this, and I think it's not fair that anyone does. I think it's really not fair that there are thousands and thousands and thousands of people who live in silence with it, who because of their religion, because of their family, because they can't admit it to themselves, can't admit that they were born in the wrong body, and they somehow think that that's wrong. And how many of them die? How many of them are classified wrong? And how many of them in the news are gay? Like that kid in Florida who was shot a few years ago when he was trans and everyone said he was gay. Like it's some sort of sickness or illness or defect. And how many people live in silence thinking this can't be right, eventually I'll grow out of it, because they don't know any better. How many people, after they've realized, want to change but can't? Whether it's because they can't afford it, their family won't accept them, there's so much struggle with it. And no one ever talks about that. There's MTV Real Lives about, I have this addiction, I have that addiction. There's an intervention. Are you addicted to drugs? Do you like to watch people get parking tickets? Do you have a messy house? We'll put you on hoarders. Are you gay and know how to decorate? We'll put you on Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. But where do we get attention? Part of me thinks that sometimes, as a whole, we don't want attention. Because then it would blow our cover somehow, and we're supposed to be secret and in cover and in camouflage. And with the real world, no one's supposed to know that our parts don't match, or that at one point we had parts that did not match. And yeah, I'll agree, it would be kind of nice to apply for a job and not have them realize. But you're gonna have to put a prior name. So even if I put Casey Dillon on there, they would still want my legal name now so that they could call my previous employers and say, how was this employee? It's not a secret. I'm not ashamed. You shouldn't be ashamed. No one should be ashamed of it. We're not freaks. But what am I right now? I'm the person who, when I bought cigarettes today, the guy looked at me and said, that don't look like you. And I really wanted to kill him. I did at that point. I even took a new picture this year. And it does look like me. But what he didn't say was the name didn't match me. And so what do I do about this? I have a few choices. I can bind and squish my ribs, which I can't do for 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 hours. Or I can go get a surgery for $6 grand. Well, let's see. If I had $6 grand in my back pocket, the things I would do with it. Yes, top surgery's on the very top of that list. But I can't. And I don't know how to get to a place where I can. And how many people are like me who struggle to afford medicine, who get it illegally because they can't afford the doctor visit? I feel lucky that I can go to my doctor and my doctor can say, here's your prescription. And I can take it to a pharmacy and they can say, here's your medicine. And it's okay and I can pay for it. But there's no amount of medicine that would make the lumps of fat on my chest, which I despise, disappear. And so maybe I'll actually start updating this, and maybe I'll work on it, because not everyone can afford it. And my goal is to find a way to get it. Not so I can perfectly blend in with society so they will never know that I was female, but for personal satisfaction. To know that when I go swimming, I can take my shirt off. So when I go to Six Flags, I can go on the slide and take my shirt off, and they won't have to tell me, I'm sorry, you can't ride this with a shirt on. So no one at the pool tells me you have to wear a mesh shirt. So I can walk around my house with no shirt when I first wake up. So I can walk out of the bathroom into my room with just a towel on and not have to keep it covered up so high. And it will be my New Year's resolution, which I hate, until I get it done, to have top surgery done. And I really don't want to be ashamed anymore. I don't think anyone does. I think it's really sad that I allow myself to be ashamed of something that I have no control over. And I want to have control over it. And for the small price of only $6,360, I can do that. So if anyone has $6 grand, send it to me.